Hi everyone, I'm going to make some vegetarian peretal, chicken peretal today. Chicken peretal is like, that's a Tamil word, so it's sort of like a thick gravy and a thick chicken gravy dish. So since this is a vegetarian chicken peretal, okay, so I found this in Coles, okay, it's called corn, okay. So I found this, it's just a small pack because I wanted to try it again. Try it first. It is, how many grams is it? It's 300 grams, small packet, and I think it should be like that. And it's made of this thing called, what is this? Yeah, mycoprotein. I'm not really sure about that. I need to do a little bit of research about what exactly mycoprotein is. It's made of mycoprotein and rehydrated egg white and some natural flavoring and some firming agents, calcium chloride, calcium acetate. Okay, so this is what it is. It's meat-free chicken pieces. I'm going to make it just like how I would make a chicken peretal. So just to let you know, when I bought this, guys, my daughter was saying that she's eaten it before and it's nice and it's tasty and so on. But when I reading the ingredients behind, I had only come across the fact that it was made from mycoprotein only now. Okay, initially when I bought it, I thought it was the usual, vegetarian meat that we find in our country, which is made from fungus, the stalks of fungus, mushrooms, which is also a kind of fungus, mushrooms and so on, the stalks of mushroom and the usual vegetarian meat that we see in Malaysia. Or maybe it's made from tofu, soya based products and so on. So I just assumed it was that. But then upon reading, I realized that this brand, okay, I've not seen it in Malaysia. I don't know whether you guys have, but this brand makes its vegetarian meat from this substance called mycoprotein. And this mycoprotein is used like to make pieces of meat, vegetarian meat like this, also like sausages, like mince and so on. Now, what is mycoprotein? Apparently, it's a type of fungus which is called Fusarium venenatum. Okay, it's a type of like minute fungus, and it's mushrooms are also fungus, right? Fungi, right? So it's about the same thing, except this particular one is something a little new in the marketplace. Well, at least for me, it's new, and on the whole, I think it is a little still quite new. And this one how you process it or how you grow it is basically the same way as how you make yogurt and so on, through a fermentation process. So I read that there might be some controversy with regards to this. Some say that it's also an allergen, or it can cause some side effects, but people in Australia have been eating it, and I know that my daughter has been eating it, so I think it's been approved, so it must be good. So I'm going to use this. You can, I don't know whether you can find this in Malaysia, but you guys can just use our normal, natural, the vegetarian meat that we find at home, okay? Or any other type of vegetarian meat ingredient if you're not comfortable with this mycoprotein. Alright guys, just a little note for you guys to consider. Mycoproteins are supposed to be very high in dietary fiber as well as healthy nutrition. It's supposed to have a good source of protein. It's supposed to be a good source of protein as well. So, and apparently the production of mycoproteins is also very eco-friendly because it doesn't use as much land and water than most animal protein and so on. So apparently it's good for the planet as well, and Australia endorses it. The government, we can find it in big supermarkets and so on, like Coles and so on. So definitely approved by the government and definitely good. But I think from what I read, it could be, for some people it could be a little, you could have side effects, because they even put that here. They have actually put here that where is it? I thought I saw a disclaimer somewhere saying that it could be here mycoprotein is high in protein and a fiber which may cause intolerance in some people. So for some people it might not agree, but today I'm going to try it and I think it's going to agree with me because my daughter's been eating it all this while, guys, and she says it's nice. So let's get on with the cooking. So here I have half a chopped onion and another half onion that I've sliced, and then I've got one small tomato that I have chopped. And over here, guys, I've frozen some coconut milk, and this coconut milk I think would be like about a little less than 60 ml, okay, just a little bit because this is only 300 grams of the base substance. And I'm going to use maybe about half teaspoon of minced ginger and about another maybe 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, okay. And then together with that, the first talipa would be, I can't find curry leaves, so I'm going to use a bay leaf and and I'm using, sometimes I hear sounds in this apartment, and a little bit of this star anise, just a few pieces of it. I've just broken one star anise and used a few, some cinnamon, some 2 cardamom pods, okay, 2 cardamom pods like this, and about a teaspoon of fennel seeds. So as I mentioned, you can add cloves as well. I did find it, but it's so expensive over here, so I'm not going to use it. You can also get some chopped coriander, which once again I do not have. Some salt, of course, and then I'm going to use meat curry powder, about 3 tablespoons, and chili powder, about 1 teaspoon full, and turmeric powder, about half a teaspoon, and then cumin powder, this one, about half a teaspoon or maybe a quarter a teaspoon, because it's so little that I have the chicken, and coriander powder, about a teaspoon. So basically these are some oil. These are the ingredients that I'm going to use today, guys, and let's get cooking. This is how it looks like, guys. It looks like that. Just looks like the ones that we buy in Malaysia as well, our chicken, vegetarian chicken meat, okay, except it's in little cubes, okay. So to some hot oil, guys, I'm going to put in all the dry spices. All of that goes in. And you know what has to happen now, right? Basically it has to start making those sounds, spluttering and so on. And this is also the time that I would usually put my curry leaves and so on, but I don't have. So that's the bay leaf in there. And now it's already turning brown. I'm going to put the chopped onion and the sliced onion. Stir that for a bit. Let that turn into a nice slightly brown color. This is how it looks like. You let that saute for a bit, and then I'm going to add the other ingredients. If you want, guys, you can lightly grill this chicken, vegetarian chicken, or lightly fry them if you like. I'm not going to do that because the last time I did that, the fire alarm went off, so I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do now is, once it turns brown, I'm going to add the minced garlic and ginger, and then the powders, and then the tomato. Turn tiny bit brown. So this is the garlic, about half a teaspoon, and then that was the ginger, by the way, guys. So now the garlic, 1 teaspoon. You gotta stir. Then you can add all the powders. So the first will be about that much of turmeric powder. This is cumin. Not too much of cumin, guys, because cumin sometimes you can get bitter. So about half a teaspoon of coriander powder. I'm going to move this to this side, guys, because I don't want it to get too hot. Now I'm going to add chili powder, 1 teaspoon, and then some meat curry powder. I'm going to use a tablespoon for this. Don't know whether I mentioned 3 tablespoons, but I'm just going to add 1, 2 and a half for now, and then we'll see how it turns out. Okay, give it all a nice stir until it kind of like gets a bit roast, like smoking a little bit. The flavors really come out now. But be very careful, because this is when it can burn. Now the tomatoes go in. And the salt. Now guys, you can add a little bit of water. It's about that much. And let this cook. So I'm going to put it back here, and I'm going to turn the heat low a little bit. So let that cook. Let this cook. I'm going to put the lid on, guys. Now once again I can't find my lid. Tiny kitchen problems, you can't find the lid. Okay. I think I'm going to add a little bit more water to let it cook well. Now I'm going to put the lid on and let this cook for a good 3 minutes or so. Okay, guys, this is when you take off the lid, give it a nice stir. Let me show you how it looks like. This is how it looks like, guys. Okay, it's bubbling, and this is when you can actually add the chicken in. Okay, I'm going to add all the chicken in. So-called chicken. Okay, and this meat, you're supposed to, this vegan meat, once you put in the sauces, you're supposed to put this in and let it soak up the liquid. So I think I'm going to leave it like this to see what happens. Maybe I might add a little bit of water, I'm not sure. Let's see what happens now. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of water, guys. Okay, just a bit. Give it a stir, and I'm going to put the lid on and let this cook. So let the vegan meat absorb. Not vegan actually. This is not so much vegan. This is vegetarian, because it's supposed to have some egg white in it. So those who are vegan, they don't have eggs at all. So I'm going to close this, taste it of course to see whether the salt and the flavors are balanced, and then close it, let the vegetarian meat soak up all that liquid, all that flavors over here. So I've tasted it. To me it needs a little bit more salt, so just a little bit more, and I feel like I need to add a little bit more water as well, just a bit, that's all. Now I'm going to close it, let it soak up all that spice and flavors, all that yummy Indian flavors. So I'm going to turn up the temperature, okay, high heat, and I'm going to let this cook after I pop the lid on. Okay, I'm going to let this cook for a good 4 minutes, guys. So guys, that's for this frozen coconut milk. I'm just going to take a little bit and put it into a bowl. Okay, and sometimes you need to add a little bit of water to it, otherwise it will be like little dots in the curry. So I'm going to add a little bit of water. This is frozen, so I added some water, and I'm going to, if you feel like it's going to be you know, separating, then use a sieve. Sometimes I do that even. I use a sieve and I pour the coconut milk into the dish with a sieve, but I don't have a sieve here. Okay, so I'm going to open it, guys. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And here I'm going to add the coconut milk. Put the heat is already on low heat now, so I'm just going to give it a good stir, and basically in a minute it'll be all done. Okay, it's nice bubbling, then I'll tell you how it tastes like as well. It's done, guys. I'm going to turn off the heat. Okay, turn it off. Let's try the, what was that again? Fusarium veninatum? Let's try one. Let me put it in a container. Okay. I don't have a proper container. Let me get a container. So I got this container, and I'm going to try one. Some gravy. Okay. I've never tried this before, so let's see how it is. Cut it. Okay. Cut it in half. The texture is definitely good. It's tasty. I don't think it's as tasty as the vegetarian meat that we get back in Malaysia, because that vegetarian meat, guys, the one in Malaysia, it's really, I mean, many varieties, right? We have many brands, and when you put it in your mouth, you get this burst of flavor. So that is sometimes a little suspect, because so much of flavor, so you know that flavor enhancers have been put in there, and also flavorings, you know, stuff like that has been put inside. This one tastes like tofu that has been that has had all the liquid squeezed out with a little bit of flavoring. So all in all, I have a feeling this might be healthier. I don't know. Yeah, because it's less flavoring, no? So it has to be more healthy. But I need to do a lot more research on this mycoprotein. Okay, guys. So I'm basically done. This is how it looks like. Okay, I'm going to plate it and I'll show you guys. So everyone, this is how it looks like. A delicious vegetarian meat made from mycoprotein today. First time ever for me. Very tasty, very yummy. A little sprinkling of chopped coriander would take it to another level. Okay, this is how it looks like, guys. Here's Shakila Shanmugam signing off. Bye everyone.